Hey everybody, I'm Trainer Joe. Thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel. Hey, we're still pretty young, but it's going great. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. And here's why you need to subscribe to this channel. If you want to lose weight, you're going to have your mind, brain washed. It needs to be continually washed because you've learned to do it in a wrong way, which is why you've probably been struggling for years with little success. So subscribe so that you're constantly getting fed and tweaked in the way that you relate to food. Also, with the holidays, as the time of this video, the holidays are right around the corner. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and everybody's looking for a new weight loss plan. Let me just encourage you, forget Noom, forget Weight Watchers, forget keto, forget intermittent fasting, forget Jenny Craig. Now, you may have had some success and you love keto, whatever, that's great. You still looking? You still looking for answers? You still want something that's going to really click for you and make it work? You need a mindset change that you will get if you do my 21-day transformation. So be sure and click on it. It's in the description below and do that one. And then anything else you do is going to be so much easier. So let's talk about today's topic, and that is the forgotten. It's a forgotten ingredient for weight loss. And if you forget this one, you're really going to struggle. Most people are overweight. Let's start with this. Most people are overweight. Why? Because they keep eating when they should have stopped. Why did they keep eating? They had enough and they kept eating. Well, we know it's emotional, stress, habit, enjoyment. You're coming up, it's holidays, you're going to be eating way beyond what you need if you're like most people. So pause for a second and let's look at that. Why do we keep doing that when we don't want to be big? We got all this extra fat on our body because we were having fun. Do you know the emotional piece of that? A lot of people say that's their biggest thing. We just went through an election. Half the people are happy, half the people are sad. There's always going to be that happy and sad, and you're up and down. And if that's affecting your intake, you're going to have a problem. Do you know what you have control over? Not the election. You can vote, you can pray. It's out of your hands beyond that. Do you know what you have total control over? Everything you put into your mouth. Nobody's making you overeat. Nobody. You do it. You choose it, you decide, and then you give your reasons and excuses. The election! Listen, here's the ingredient that's going to help you through those difficulties and challenges. They're real, I get it. Here it is, the forgotten ingredient. Gratitude. It's gratitude. I remember Maria did my program. She, busy, stressful life, kids, spouse, works for schools, around kids and all this. She lost 65 pounds. She said, Joe, I said, give me your tip. What do you want to tell people that are new? She said, I have begun praying every time I eat and giving thanks. And it's changed my perspective. Whether it's lunch or an apple between meals, I pause and give thanks. Here's what I want you to do for 7 days. It's your 7-day gratitude challenge. When you sit down to eat, thank God for it. Whether it's a meal or a snack, be grateful. Give thanks. 2, consider what went into making it. I don't care if it's something fancy or just hard-boiled egg. Consider, hey, a chicken laid that, somebody had to cook that, steam that, make that, get it to you. What went into that? Something went into that. It doesn't just pop up. And then I want you to resist eating until everything sounds good. If eggs don't sound good, don't eat yet. If an apple doesn't sound good, don't eat yet. If Brussels sprouts don't sound good, don't eat yet. You know, in America, we're spoiled, we're entitled. We eat because there's delicious stuff all the time, everywhere, and you can afford it. And you're entitled. When I see somebody that's really picky, and I know a lot of them, really picky. It's got to be a certain way, a certain temperature, the steak got to be this way with this sauce on it and made just like this. I think they're not grateful. And I'm not saying I've never fallen into that and that it doesn't affect everybody in some way. We all have things we don't like to eat. I get that. But when you're really picky, maybe you're just not really grateful for food. You look at your plate and there's food on it. Maybe you ought to be grateful instead of saying, I wish I had second helpings of this and that and it was different and they didn't cook it right. I get it. There's a right way and a wrong way to cook it sometimes, but be grateful that you have food to eat that's going to help you when it's time to say no. Be sure and subscribe to my channel. We do a new video every week. Train your brain and transform your body.